Happy Friday. I am coming live because I don't know what else to do with myself. Um, I just finished watching the last episode of season 2 of The Wheel of Time, and it was so good. Um, yeah, and I just don't know what to do with myself now, so I guess I'm just gonna sit and color for a while. Um, I don't know if I like this 2.0 Restream view. I don't know how I feel about it. But anyway, here it is. Um so I have to decide what I'm gonna work on. Um Yesterday, I don't know if I did this, maybe I did do some of this while I was live. I'm in Mythographic Aviary, and I worked on this whip a little bit using the Derwent um colored pencils, the Chromaflows. Um, Pardon me if I'm not talking that well. My mouth still hurts a little bit in places. Um, but I worked on this, and I don't know if I'm going to work on this now or not. I told myself I have to work on a whip, so of which I have several. So I'm going to try and stick to my word. Um, I do have to do this little bird over here, which is going to be interesting. Oh, I remember now where I left off with that, and I have a picture too. Need to do these flowers, which I was thinking of making them a different color than these because I really got sick of doing that blue. Um, hmm. Yes, I got some work to do in here that I could do. Um, Another page that maybe I didn't do this part on camera. I worked on this one. I started darkening the tree, kind of working on the tree a little bit. I'm trying to develop a plan for what I want to do with this. Um, how I'm gonna, like make some of the things pop in here that are kind of getting on my nerves that I feel like doesn't have, I don't know. It just is very unfinished to me and flat, and there's more that needs to be done in it, and I don't know exactly what. Um, Usually what happens and what's been happening as I work in here, um, trying to work on my whips in here, is that I kind of just slip into this mode where I just start, like, I'm kind of like not totally with I start working out of my subconscious or something like that. Instead of really making decisions, I just kind of look at it, and whatever I grab and I make a mark, and then I just keep going there. Um, and it seemed to work for me for the page with the snake and the parrot. So, um, I kind of look at it and see what's coming to me about it. I'm not ready. Well, particularly for this book, I'm not ready to pull out any paints or anything like that on this one. Anything new. Pencils and gel pens is about as far as I want to go, or pencils and markers. Um, so I did go in here. Was it this morning or was it last night? I went in and I used my Cougar acrylic paint marker, these markers that I love so much, so I keep mentioning the name. And went in and worked on the weights for the clock. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to approach this because I feel like I need to have more combination of white and gold with the markers in here as well. Um, I wish I hadn't, like, the first thing I think I colored in here was this roof, and now I'm wishing I hadn't colored it red, but it's, like, kind of too late for that now, kind of, sort of. Hold on, let me flip this. I'm also thinking, one thing I feel like I could readily do is kind of, like, darken the oranges in here. That's something that I could do. Not sure if I'm ready to, like, put in, like, some white marker on the wings. I'm not sure if I'm ready to do that yet or not. That's kind of like a once I do that, I can't go back from it kind of action. So I'm not quite ready to do that yet. And I don't know what I want to do with the trees. That's probably the biggest thing. Then there's this part at the bottom. Like, I'm trying to figure out why is that crooked. Let's move that over some. And I got a book up here. It's got a new book. It's used, but new used book from Thrift Books, and I'm really excited. And I thought about sitting just not even coming live and just reading tonight, but it's a century of speculative fiction from the African diaspora, dark matter. So it's a collection of stories, and of course, it has Octavia Butler in it. I'm surprised it doesn't have what's her name, Nala. I can't remember her last name, but she writes kind of like magic realist kind of fiction. Well, it may have her in here because it says and many more. It's got Walter Mosley in here, which I never thought of him as someone who had written any kind of speculative fiction. But yeah, so I got this book, so I'm kind of looking forward to getting in there. But I wanted to come live tonight because they're going to be doing a lot of banging and drilling and whatever else here tomorrow. And I don't know how noisy it's going to be, so I'm probably not going to be going live tomorrow. And I may just like get out of the house tomorrow, go somewhere while they do that, because I just don't feel. I don't know. I don't know if I want to deal with that. So let's see. Yeah, I wish I just keep looking at this thinking, what does it need? What does it need? Okay, so then I was going to talk about this corner. This corner, like, was a whole lot. So, like, how this corner originally started out kind of like this. Okay, this wasn't colored in at all, and I was just working on this one side, trying to figure out how I wanted to make the clouds. And they started off like this, but they didn't look as good as this. Um, even though this may not be that great, but it didn't look as good as this. And so I started playing with the acrylic markers, which I think at that time I had just received. And I don't know, I was just making a whole mess of it. And then I went over it with a white. After I did all this stuff with the acrylic markers or gel pens and stuff combination, it looked weird to me, and so because it had this real defined lines from using the marker. So then after it had dried or something, I went over it with a white. I think I used a Blick white colored pencil and kind of smudged it a little bit and started playing with it, working with it, and I kind of like how that turned out. Except now I can't replicate it over here, or is it going to be a job to try and replicate it over here? So I don't quite know what to do with this. Now that I have um, the Cougar acrylic markers and the Tan Mitt acrylic markers, which have a different point to them and like a smaller point, I may be able to kind of go over some of this with the yellow and redo it, but then I got to think, do I really want it to be yellow? So this is going to be a whole chore trying to um, make these match or whatever. I thought about having it so that keeping these sides basically the same, but having this gradiate into this. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to do that if I do that. That kind of sounds like a good option, but I don't know how it's going to look in the end, and I don't know if I can do it well enough for it to, I don't know, not look like it's a huge mistake. Um, so yeah, I got a lot of issues to deal with in this one. That I guess I'm waiting until it comes to me or something. So let's see. Let's move that. Oh, I could also work on the teepee in here. Is it the? I have a lot of other whips in here, but I'm trying to stick to the ones that like I really have worked on in the last month. And on this one, I know that I really want to put in paints in here. So, and I'm not ready to pull out the paints yet. Um, I'm still kind of mulling about, what I want the background colors to be, what I want the background to do. So, yes, I'm really not ready to work on that one. Plus, there's a possibility I may use that, that kind of shimmery white that's in the Mondo Llama paints. And when I do that, chances are I'm also going to do this other side, which was something I colored a long time ago. Just put in the background with Marabou crayons, maybe like a month or 2 months ago. And I want to use that same shimmer white around this globe, possibly inside the globe too. Um, so, excuse me. Oh, I need water. It's been a weird, I don't know, I've been feeling kind of weird today. I'm not, well, it might be because I've taken ibuprofen like 3 times since yesterday. Mm. And I can't remember the last time I've taken ibuprofen. So my body's probably like, huh? So I think it might be that, might be allergies. I don't know. I just feel I felt like that for the past 3 days, kind of out of it. And it just might be just that they were working on my mouth. And I forgot I had started this one. If I wanted an out, I could probably start working on this one or continue working on this one, which I might do because my brain just kind of needs to relax. I just feel kind of, I don't know. I've been talking for 13 minutes, so I need to start coloring. This is one that I kind of went in and redid. Well, didn't redo a lot, but I redid a little bit because I saw someone else's page of this and it was gorgeous. I mean, they really the page was so beautiful and so transformed by what they did that I didn't recognize it as this page from the book. It just is gorgeous. And I posted it on my wall, I think 2 or 3 months ago. Uh, so let's see. Oh, I still need to do that too, but that wasn't from. It was from 3 months ago that I did the background thing. Okay, what do we need to do? Something. What other whip do I have? I have the mandala too. But see, I am kind of feeling like I need to work on that page that is kind of bugging me. At least a little bit. Let's see how. I don't know. Something I noticed that when I went in and darkened some of the colors, it did something for me. It seemed to give it what I was looking for. So it could be something just very simple that I need to do. I have to color this bird and these flowers, which is where I was before. And someone had asked me about what colors I did on the snake, and so I did post under my video I did the other day what I remember of how I did this. But I don't remember the exact pencils, but I remember, my process of what I was looking for and kind of swatching as I went along. Um, yeah, I'm not ready to do those. I'm not ready to go at this one yet. I think we're going to do Tree Lady. Okay. So, let me put some music on. I really don't like how this displays now in Restream. I wish it could go back to the way it was before, but I don't think it'll let me do that. Okay, bring my glasses. Oh dear. Let me get closer. Get sure. Yeah, so that last episode of Wheel of Time was awesome. And so now I gotta wait till the next season. So what do we wanna do? Maybe we'll finish the bird. Let's look for things to finish the bird. We don't need that. Maybe black. Put gray. Let's take out a few grays. I think keeping this in the tin is working for me. So, ooh, what just happened to the music? Just had a blip. I'm just hoping I don't have a blip on my computer while I'm live. I hate when it happens. It does happen. Even after I check to make sure I have every possible update app updated, it still does that to me. So, let's see. Okay. So, what do we got for colors? Could look this way. And then make sure I see what I see here. I really like that. That's like a putty. That looks about right. Let's stick with those for now. Oh, now I feel like I gotta sneeze. Oh. I kind of messed up my plans. My usual weekend thing. Like, I would have done, I would have started laundry today and finished it up tomorrow. But, like, I can't really do that because there's going to be people downstairs hammering, sawing, whatever, whatever. I'm hoping, like, I mean, because these people are really good at what they do, so I'm hoping it doesn't take them that long. Finch, here we go. That would be nice. Let's see. Midgets. I'm gonna put these glasses on and they makes them look These brown pencils look green. I'm just gonna. Oh, I did the. Oops. Mm-hmm. Mm. I haven't drank enough water today, lately, at all. How that did that? Oh, it's because I did that white line. I used that Cougar white gel pen last night, and I just did that fine white line. And so when I went over it, it's still like kept it kind of. It's still there, but it looks nice because it looks like it's like a natural. I don't know, a natural thing. Something I did on purpose, or that belongs on the bird on purpose. I did do it on purpose with hoping that it would work for me. What's on their legs? Let me just see the legs. Okay. Female, inches, female. I mean females. Oh, jeez. Something that I thought about doing for that one page with the clock, and the clouds that I have the issues with, um, is using that Coolors site and putting in the colors I already have in there. And was it for that one? No, it wasn't that one. That for that page. It was for another page. What page was it? Maybe it was for the snake page. Can't remember that. Because I have to figure out a background for it. Oh, I can't flip to it. So I thought about plugging in the colors that I already have in that page into the color site. To like put those, select the color and put it, lock it to the palette, and then leave one slot open for searching, so I could find what would match with the colors I already have in the palette: the blue, the lime green, the orange. So it's something I'm probably going to do, so I can figure out what kind of background to give it. What color background? Okay, I don't want this to be too dark. It's not like. What about this in this one? I don't want it to be that brown, but. Hmm. Some of them don't have a real white test, so that actually works. I can find the picture I had yesterday. I need that darker gray. Wow, it's already 7 o'clock. Goodness. I need to go to bed early tonight because I'm going to be here early tomorrow and I want to be up and showered and have my coffee before they get here. And if I'm going to go anywhere, I kind of want to be out of here before they get here. They're basically going to be I don't know, they're going to be right there. Like when we come downstairs, there's the front door. So it's like there's going to be no avoiding them. And I can't sit in the living room and watch TV. If we're going to watch TV, I'm going to have to do it in the bedroom upstairs. Which I could do, but then that makes me feel like a real. That makes me really feel like I'm trying to avoid them, but I am trying to avoid them. These are the kind of things I wish my husband would do them and schedule them when I am not home, when I'm naturally not home because I'm at work or something else. So can't you do it then? I don't want to be around all that fuss. I don't want any interruption with me trying to cook or anything like that. Uh, and actually, like if you set it up right, I'll have like lunch and stuff here for them. But if you don't give me any warning, I can't do any of that kind of stuff. So now I just want to get the hell out of here. At least we're gonna get this done before winter time, so that's the bonus. Getting a new front door and frame and like the whole thing. It needs the whole thing. Okay, how are we doing this? Could go over. Let's move ahead really. So I was looking today on Blick's website, and well, actually, at first I looked at a video with someone comparing Derwent Chromaflows to the Derwent Color Soft pencils because the Color Soft pencils are available open stock at Blick.com. And I don't know, it doesn't seem like, well, they're not similar pencils. They're not alike. They're definitely different. And I'm wondering if they are more, if the Color Soft might be more like the Spectrum Noir pencils, in how they act. Um, Even though the Spectrum Noir may not be the same quality as the Color Soft, it in a way it almost sounds like they act similarly. So I gotta pull those out and like try them out again and see. But it's sounding like they are not, they're not interchangeable. The Color Soft are not interchangeable as far as the way they color with the chroma flows. And this woman said she actually prefers the chroma flows. And so that to me was like, uh oh. So I'm thinking that I may actually be looking more at the polychromos as far as a pencil that I will buy open stock replacements to. So maybe those will be the ones, like, even with, if I have, because I'm already noticing this brown I've been using. Is this coffee brown? Nope, this is natural brown. Well, the coffee brown I was using a heck of a lot. And I thought, you know what? Like, this looks like the first pencil I'm going to be replacing from this set, or needing to buy another one for. And so that was one thing that got me looking at Blick this morning, because I was like, I'm really going to town and I'm loving this pencil, this color. It's like it's a suspect for what I'm gonna want, and I can't get Chroma Flows open stock. So I was looking into the Color Soft. Well, the Color Soft has a smaller selection because they're more like an artist's pencil, and an artist usually blend their colors rather than, they create their colors through blending rather than grabbing a pencil that is that color. Um, and which isn't a bad thing. And I could, like, I could ride with that, except for the fact that they don't act the same as the chroma flows. And so with that kind of was like, okay. And how they act, and like, I don't know if I'm gonna like that. So I may still buy a few open stocks just to see what they're like, and then you know, just to see what they're like. Because in some cases it might be nice and to blend, but there's some papers, like, whereas it seems like the chroma flows are really good with blending. Excuse me, and blending on top of media that already has a lot of stuff on it. Like, these pages already have a lot of work on them, and yet they're going over the other pencils really nicely. And it sounds like the Color Soft will not do that. They almost sound like they act more like Prismacolors, like Prismacolors on steroids. That's what it sounds like to me. So, yeah, I don't really need another pencil like that. So, let's see. So I need black on this one, and where am I going to put it? I'm always scared putting down black. Always, always, always. And I probably should sharpen this pencil first. So the black is mostly on the back. Really isn't a lot on the front. So notice that um, I'm not talking so much. I don't know what it is with me lately. Maybe it's because I'm feeling kind of loopy, and so I'm just like talk out of my head. That what I want. That's kind of like too much. But, oh well, too late now. So what's going to be more like the back is probably this part, right? Yeah. So with a page like this, you really don't want to be like in a position where you have to blend a color to get the color you want because it's already got so much on it. And then also to try and do that, um, yeah. Well, I think I just said I'm going to repeat that because that's the same thing, said a different way. So there's one part that comes down. Oh, I think I went over these tips with white. I think that's I put that cougar pen at the ends of these. So it's giving me a little resistance, which actually might work for me. So I don't put down too much black. I don't like that really, but I could put white in between. I feel like there's more black, but I don't want to just. I want to color all of this part black. I was thinking I should just drive around to some places and just sit and sketch. Sit in a park and sketch. Something I haven't done in a long time. I don't know. I don't think this part's gonna get any better. Truth be told, not today at least. We've been doing good for brown. I think we're done with that bird for now. There are a few things. Actually have white around their eyes. Okay, at least this white. Let's see how it works. Let's make sure. I figure out what to do with that little spot. The spots where it didn't get in with the background. I think we're done with these. Let's see. Social commentary? No, I usually post that on my wall. Hey, talent. Oh, I got lots of social commentary. I usually save that for my writing. Hope you're having a good evening. Oh, I could change the screen. It doesn't have to stay the green I did entirely. The lady with plants growing out her body. Thank you. You too. So I guess since I finished watching all of the second season of, yeah, I guess we're just changing the screen. The second season of The Wheel, I think, well, I still have to finish watching, um, I guess the last season of The Expanse. And like I said, when that one character died at the end of at the end of season two, it was like I was done. It was like, no. I just felt, I don't know. I felt like there was more to do, more to go with this story. I didn't like that he died. I don't know. It just didn't feel finished to me. And I felt like, you need a Muslim character on there. You can't get rid of him. He needs to be there. And I don't even know if he was really Muslim on the, um, other than his name. But I don't know. I just really liked that character. And I was really sad. It's like, I want him to come back or something. And I'm kind of hoping that's what's in the subsequent season, but I highly doubt it. And, so I haven't gone back to it, but I need to just I have the time where I can like just binge watch it and try and get back into it again because I mean I like all the characters on there, so it's just hard when it's like I stopped watching Orange is the New Black when what's her name the P girl died. Oh my god, that was it. When she died, I couldn't watch it anymore. I'm like I'm done. No, it was like my heart was really broken. It's like, no, couldn't have any of them die. It's like, no, no, I could, and I haven't watched it since. It's like, I don't care what happens. I don't care what happens now. It's pretty much of any of those characters, unless they were one of the annoying people, the guards or somebody, unless it was one of them that died, you know. I would have been okay if one of them had died, but no, not her. That was, no. She was intelligent and finding her way, and man, I didn't like that. So I have to finish watching The Expanse. I have that I can watch, and then I already said why I can't watch The Bear. It may take me like a good 2 years before I can start watching that again. Um, it's weird, but I kind of wish that show had just. I feel like I would have been okay if, even though I loved the show, I felt like where it ended was good. And where it ended was like, you know what? If there isn't another season, if there is never another show of this, this was a really good way to end. And so to continue from that, I was like, I'm scared they might mess it up. Just like that, the when they did the continuation of Dexter, like the next, I don't know, the next thing of him or whatever. At first, it seemed like it was okay in that first episode of it, and then it got really like hokey. I'm like, oh brother, this is stupid, and I couldn't watch any more of it. And the funny thing is, I had forgotten all about it, and I actually started watching that um, about a month ago. I just was like, oh, let me watch something on TV. I never do that, and I started watching it and then I went through that all over again. It's like, oh, brother, oh, yeah, I did see this. And I stopped watching it because it's stupid. And yeah, yeah, I'm a pretty harsh, I'm a harsh person sorry, I can't talk with this. Actually, with these rubber bands in my mouth, it's like a challenge. Anyway, um, I'm harsh about the story. You got to catch me. You got to catch me. You got to do something different. You got to make me love the character. Um, you gotta, you gotta bring some kind of complexity and tension that isn't the same old for me to be attracted to the show. If you don't do that, I don't give a fuck. I'll turn the TV off in a hot minute. I love a well written show, and I have no tolerance for a badly written one. Oh, what's that? That's gotta be a leaf. That can't be his leg. I feel like I need to darken up his colors some, but not yet. I need to do that. I need olive. So my discovery about the Derwent Color Soft will get me using those polychromos sooner. So because like the alternative, like once I've gone down on the colors in this set of the chromaflows, my only real option to get the exact same pencil is to buy another set of chromaflows. I don't want to do that. So the other thing that I thought of too, which gives me like a nice little excuse to go there, is well, gee, maybe the Holbeins are a good stand-in then for the Derwent chromaflows, and I can get those open stock. So there's an opening and an excuse to get some Holbeins. Did I say Holbeins before? I meant Holbeins if it didn't say Holbeins. Um, which I already know they do something for me. So I was hoping. I mean, I know the summer's not over, but I was hoping I'd be able to play around with doing a still life with colored pencils. Something I've never done before because until I started doing this adult coloring thing, I didn't do colored pencils at all for any reason. Like I had some here for like if kids came over or something, I might have had some. I had a stray one actually in my drawing kit, that silver one they found, the silver Prismacolor. Um, but I forgot what I was saying. I forgot completely what I was saying. That's where I am this week. Stressful week. I haven't heard any more about the whole tornado thing, but that's because I haven't been looking for it. I think I was so traumatized from that, to be honest. It took me somewhere where I wasn't intending that whole day. I didn't think about heading to the basement. Mm-mm. And then at one point, they said on the news, and when they were saying head to the basement, they're like, and don't wait until you can see the tornado to head to the basement. It's like they were watching me or something. And they were saying there may be too much rain for you to even see it coming, and I was like, oh brother, well that's even worse. Yeah, it's something I just never expected to ever happen up here. That's not fair to get snowstorms and tornadoes. That's not right. That's not fair. And even hit an earthquake. When was it? Last summer or something like that? We had an earthquake, which is also like what? But then I found out that like actually, north, like the Adirondacks, they have earthquakes all the time up there, which like was shocking to me. I was like, really? It's just that they don't necessarily feel them all, but they have a lot of them, which is kind of scary. It's like, why is that? I don't like that. I need a darker green. This isn't. I know it's only at the bottom, but no, it's not working. More green. It's like I don't live here for earthquakes and tornadoes. That's not why I live here. But we were always told when I was, a kid in school, elementary school, they said that this area is on a fault line. Upstate New York is on a big fault line, and it's just inactive. Well, it seems like it's trying to get active. Okay. See, I need to make a decision on these flowers. And they do look different from these flowers, so I feel like I can legitimately make them a different color, but I gotta figure out what color. And maybe I did want to use that color site for this, but there's so much going on in here. I don't think I want to try and plug in all those colors on here. I'm just gonna wing it. But maybe the first thing I'll wing, give me lilac, lavender, lilac. If I can find that Holbein pencil. I don't know where to put it. Or maybe I do know where. Oh, excuse me. This is too dark. It's not quite. This is iris purple. Iris purple. And this is my sister's best friend's favorite flower. I can't find one. Okay, we're gonna be like winging it. Oh, that doesn't really look purple either. This is lilac. Did I use this already? Hmm. It's okay if it looks a little different. It's just in the corner. It's my favorite Restream song. Oh, that's Leaf. What time is it? 7:46. If I knew where my Holbein was, I could use that. That's the right purple. See, now I need a separate case just for. I don't know. That might have been the only. I think that was the only Holbein I ordered. I think it's freaking like $3 and something cents for that one pencil. Okay, that works. Makes sense for it to be darker in the corner anyway. Right? I really do want to break out with the paints and start coloring with those, but I gotta make sure my mind's in that place. Definitely isn't this week with everything that's been going on. I just noticed today, um, looking closer at how the rubber bands are on my that when I have to put the rubber bands on my bracket. Um, I noticed because I kept thinking, well, this one side on the right, why is it so like slanted? Well, that's kind of like the point. They're trying to get them unslanted so that it's because those teeth on the bottom, as they're numbered, they don't match up with the same corresponding number at the top. So that's why I have the rubber bands on both sides of my mouth, is to get them to that place. So now I know what I'm looking for to move. So, which was kind of good to know. Once my brain was a little clearer and I could like actually think about it and analyze, okay, so what's going on? What are they doing? What's the objective? Why am I wearing these things on my mouth? Hmm. So we could take it and make it something else, but I really do think it's the leaf. Just trying to track down all the purple. Let's see if I can find that whole line, because I know that's going to be the one that does it for me. Oh, let's see if I can pull this up without losing the pencils. Oh, it's that. Oops, crash. Sorry. Not a good visual. Sorry about that. I put all of these pencils in the top of my case. Okay, that's not a good visual at all. I gotta take my glasses off to see. Oh my gosh, it's hard to see. Ouch. Where are you? Oh, little Lord Bite. I'll put you in here. Might be a lost cause. Ooh, I might be able to use this color, right? Just in case. Even though I know that one will go down better. Better. Yeah, it's probably here somewhere, but I have so many pencils on my desk. Like this one, polychromos. I have a Karen, what's her name? Dash? Is that how you pronounce her name? Dash? Karen Dash pencil? Not impressed. Not impressed at all. Which is good, because they're expensive. Okay, this is kind of the purple I'm looking for. It's color. Sitting in between. I swear I love this Restream song. I don't know what it is about it. There's something it reminds me of. I can't think of what. Let's see. That's flower. So I'm using my gooseneck webcam, the one with the circular head on it, which really kind of is my favorite. It's like much more convenient. It gets a better, well, it gets a better view, like but the picture isn't as crisp. So, but you can see more of the picture. Gosh, I'm all over the place when I talk. I swear. I never really finished my thought, I think, on the rubber band thing. I've already been on here an hour? Wow. Well, I finished the bird, so that's a bonus. I really kind of want to finish these flowers, to be honest. And I feel like once I start them, I'll just keep going. Okay, what is the deal here? What is that? I can't tell what that is. I don't like that. That looks weird. But okay, so since I figured out, okay, that's the objective for the rubber bands, um, and that's why they're crooked or whatever. Um, okay, that looks weird now because okay, well, we're just gonna make it kind of fading and ghostly. We're gonna make it work moment. Um, so I'll be able to tell the progress by how much the rubber band on the right straightens up, like looks straight when I um, put it on to the same two teeth or same three teeth all the time because it's anchored to one tooth on the top and two on the bottom. So I'm thinking that must mean it's the bottom they're trying to move over. I don't know. I'm not good with that kind of thing because it's all working on like pressure and leverage, So, but yeah, as I see that straighten up, I'll know, what's going on. Or if it doesn't straighten up, then I know they're going to be doing some more heavy artillery or something next time I go to the orthodontist. Um, but I feel the, what do you call it? I can feel it in my jaw. That those are moving, that there's pressure happening. Um, and it's particularly when I take the rubber bands off, then I feel it. I feel it in my I don't know what you call it. I guess it's in your jaw, but it's in my jaw and more closer to my teeth, and in my gums I can feel it. So I know where they're doing things. Okay, so maybe we'll make these flowers yellow, because then they'll kind of balance out with these, maybe? Yellow with orange centers, maybe, or something? I don't know. Let's play with it. Let's see what happens. Let's do like I do everything. Don't figure it out. Just do it. Let's see what happens. I would like to. It'd be nice to finish this one. Even by the end of the week. It would be nice. I don't know. It might be some blingage or something I might want to add, but what happened? Music stopped for a minute. And now it's sped up. That's weird. So I wonder if we get a better scope of image with this one because of the circular. Um, I don't know if it's the actual lens or not, but whatever that is, that it's circular instead of. I don't know. That's something might be something to research because I think they have actual webcams that are instead of being like, oh, here's something I don't dump anything over. This is the other one I was using. I don't know if you can be able to really see it, but this is it, and it's on a stand. It sits on my desk because I got a stand for it. This is a webcam I've always had, and then this is a stand. And then yeah, it's connected to the stand right now. Um, yeah. So instead of being this rectangular kind, this one is like circular. The one I'm using, and I wonder if it gives it a wider, if just by reason of the shape, if it gives a wider um, vantage point, perspective, whatever you call that. Oh, I just need some background. Because if that's the case, then I'm thinking then it would be better to get. I see that they have um like single, just the webcam alone, that's shaped circular that you can mount on things. So it might be better to actually get that when you're doing something like this, like with the anything that you're doing on your desk. I want people to see. I'll try and restrain myself from getting another webcam because like I'm already like I have all this from trying out different things with this, and then before that, like with COVID and working from home and having to do Zoom and all that stuff, I have all these stupid, not stupid really, but I have all these pieces of equipment trying to make things work. When I'm really a very simple person and I don't like having a lot of stuff around, but I got a lot of stuff around from trying to make things work. Okay. So I'm going to make some variation between the rounded ones and the pointy ones. Kind of delineate between those two flowers and color them differently. And maybe I should have done the rounded ones different from the pointy ones. Like not painted them, done it all yellow on them. But I don't want to bring in a third color, so I want them to be as close in color to each other as possible, I guess, while still being different. And I'm sick of coloring blue. And I probably should sharpen this pencil. A lot of times I want to see what kind of mark the pencil will make without me sharpening it. I think that's one reason why I don't. Because depending on how you angle the pencil, you get a particular mark out of it. And I kind of like seeing what it does that way. Why? I don't know. I'm weird like that. I just love the way these pencils feel. Hey, Bubbles! Happy Friday! Well, it's not really it's not exactly your Friday though, but you probably working now. It was fun watching you play Legend of Zelda. It was funny. It was almost like watching TV, like watching a TV show, following the storyline. Yeah, happy Monday. I was saying I'm not sure that I'll be live. I'm not sure if I'll be live tomorrow or not at all because they're going to be, making noise in my house, putting in a new front door. So, and they have to put in, like, they have to actually make a new frame and all that kind of stuff too. So, like, it's going to be like, I don't know how much noise. I know they're good at what they do because they actually constructed a sunroom from dirt. So they're really good at what they do. So I'm thinking the door probably won't take them that long, but um, I don't know how long. And I'm not sure that I'm going to feel like being sociable or nothing. Not that they want you to be sociable, but you know, Sometimes with living in the country, you're supposed to be hospitable, like, offer them this and that and whatever. And my husband didn't give me enough preparation for doing all that. So I'm like, no, I'm getting out of town. Or I'm locking myself up in the bedroom watching TV like a grumpy old lady. Coming downstairs for coffee only. But I kind of like to be sociable because you never know when you see somebody out somewhere and you need help or whatever, and they remember you from something, and it's like, oh yeah, you're the lady that blah 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 blah. We get a lot of that around here, so sometimes I just don't feel like it. Oh, it's like I'm nice, but I'm also kind of a hermit. This reminds me of a flower I've seen that's really blinged out, and I'm not sure if I want to do that to this or not. Okay, that song's starting to drive me nuts. It should be about time to end. Good job. We gotta stop. I'm changing it. Changing it. Yeah, I can say that right. Stop. Not good for coloring. Might be good for painting though, because it make you move in front of the canvas, but it is not good for coloring in a coloring book. Ew. So I kind of like the white on there. So dang, I did this. How does purple go with me? I did purple. That would actually be interesting, but if it clashes, then it makes brown. That's the only problem. Which is what I get for making them all yellow right away. Just like slap that color in there. Just put a color in there. I'm always hoping for the happy accident. And sometimes they're just accidents that are not happy. That's a leaf. It's blue. So Prime Day is next week. I guess it's more than one day. Is it more than one day? I actually have something in my basket for there, and it's not coloring supplies. Isn't that amazing? It's like kitchen storage containers. Which, like, how kitchen storage containers always seem to disappear somehow. Well, ours lasted. They lasted a long time, but now they're at that point. Suddenly, things are disappearing, and I'm like, I don't know where they're going to. Not finding lids, having the container but no lid for the container. I'm like, oh, that drives me nuts. So I ordered a set of containers, and they're in my basket, ready to click ship. Bye, ship. In a way, I kind of like this purple because it blends with the background without blending with the background. And I could turn this yellow a little bit green, like lime green. Or I could turn it a little bit lime green by adding a little bit of blue and letting some of the blue be there and some of the blue turn green. If that makes any sense to anybody. Somehow it does to me. Don't let that scare you. Now I'm just like being sloppy. You should find that Holbein because it is this color. It's okay. Oh, the other thing I need to watch, the other TV show, Long and Far Behind. The final season has come and gone. Show is completely over. Is Succession. I really was into watching that show, and like it just was very busy when the last season came about, and I couldn't watch it. I was waiting and waiting and waiting for it, and then when it came, it's like I didn't have any time to watch it. Oh, your brother. So I need to watch that. It's on my list. But once I start watching that, it's like I gotta watch them all. It's gonna be a binge watch. So it's a day where I just like say, this is what I'm doing. I ain't doing anything else. I'm gonna watch it from beginning to end. Because it's a mood. Whereas Wheel of Time kind of like it gave you like so much that it's almost like I needed a break in between the shows because it had me too like hyped up and wondering like what's so many things happen. I don't even know how to wrap my head around it all. So I kind of needed that space in between to recover. But now I'm done with that. That season is over. We look forward to the next one, and it is based on a series of books, which I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna venture to read them or not, but it's good to know in case I ever do. And it's probably better to actually read the books before watching it, though. But it's too late for that. Okay, so what are we doing with these flowers? Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, I saw you uploaded a couple of the. You said like the color palette challenges. Oops, got a leaf in my hair. So I still have to watch those. I want to watch those, and I'll have to check those out. Yeah, I kind of was behind on like sharing videos this week because Evelyn had one too that I still need to watch, and I may or may not have shared it. I can't remember. That might have been Tornado Day. So yeah, I got some catching up to do with that. With watching. So you got your videos up to watch before your next day off. That's good. How you feeling? You still feeling kind of like what a former coworker used to say? I feel kind of junky today. That's what she would say when she felt like she was coming down with something or whatever. She'd be like, I feel kind of junky today. Whenever she felt that way, she would just break out with the Theraflu. That was her ammunition. Oh, I like that purple. Listen, this is Midnight Purple and Lilac. Yeah, I know normal people would swatch it, but I'm not normal, so I'm not. Okay, so I'm making this almost look like a pansy. That's what I'm seeing now. Even though it's not shaped like a pansy flower, I'm making it look like a pansy flower. So, and I really need to sharpen this pencil. Ah, oh, you know what? Like it could be, that might be why you're actually sniffy, because your teeth and your sinuses are connected. So I hope that turns out okay. Oops, it's the wrong one. I need this one. When I got my teeth cleaned, it was. I told her, says, I'm sorry to be so anal retentive, but like, it's like, this whole thing with the braces and everything, like the way it came on, it's like, and like, I watch tons of YouTube videos and everything, but like, they really, they still don't explain everything because everybody's situation, how they get their braces and their braces situation is different. And for everything I read, it's like it was like I had no warning that I'd have this whole like freaking concrete barrier behind my front teeth. Like nobody told me about that. So all this time I'm thinking it's gonna come off. It's gonna come off. It's like no, it's not coming off. It's probably not coming off till the very end. It seems. Um. So And I told her I don't even know how the thing is constructed or anything. I can't see it. So I don't know how to clean around it. So I was doing my best, but I don't even know how it's constructed, what it looks like or anything to know, you know, how to clean it. So I mean, because I'm picturing just a concrete barrier. Get underneath it, get above it, and oh, thank you. Yeah, I went on. I just went on Google to like find out what they look like. I mean, I have like finches like this in my yard, like the yellow ones in my yard. So I may have some of these too, but mostly I see yellow finches and the young males and then the females, which are paler. So I kind of went on that. So this is the male in this breed, and that's the female of this breed. And then male and female there. I am loving them, and I'm looking forward to actually doing like a pencil, doing a picture with just the Derwents, but like I'm not there yet because I'm trying to do work on all whips. But yeah, I really like them, which in kind of a way is not good because, like I was talking about earlier, I can't get open stock. I can't get these open stock like to replace a pencil, and I kind of don't like that. If the only way I can get more of one pencil is I have to buy a whole set, I don't like that idea at all. No. So so I'm thinking I better um start using them polychromos and like those more, and then have these for a very particular use. because I found out, and I was talking about this earlier too. The Derwent, let me try and say that word. Derwent pencils that you can get open stock are the Color Soft pencils, and they're like a totally different pencil. So, and I actually watched a video of that today, and yeah, and then and how they're different. It almost sounds like the Color Soft pencils sound like, to me, they sound like Prismacolors on steroids, as if Prismacolor needed steroids. So, with how they act. And the person was saying actually that they like the chromaflows better. So, and because of what, like it's, I think it's about what you use them for. And I'm thinking, like, if I were to get the Color Softs, it would be because I was doing things like, like real, like, artwork, like portraiture and or still lifes or something like that, where I'm blending as if I'm painting, like creating you know an art piece or something. I don't know how to say what I'm trying to say. um I still have tornado brain. But yeah, so if I were doing that, then the Color Soft sounds like that would be the one to use, because it sounds like it just does, from what they describe of it, from how the pigment goes down, um and everything. So yeah, it's like they're super soft. The Color Soft are soft. They're really soft. um yeah, so I can't remember what I was saying after that or before that, but yeah. So I can't. I was thinking maybe try getting Color Soft open stock, and you know, to replace any of these that I was using too much or using a lot of and needing another one, but they're not a replacement for these. It's a totally different pencil, and they have a different color scheme. There's actually less pencils in the Color Soft series because it is a blending pencil. So the it's made specifically for that, for artist blending, where you make your own colors with the pencil. So you don't need a pencil with the name on the barrel, because you make your own, which is a nice idea. I like that idea, but that doesn't work so much on a coloring page, in particular, with the way that it says, what the way that person was saying the color goes down. If it's doing like a lot of flaking or whatever, in a fine spot like this, blending is not something you have much time or room to do. So you don't want that kind of pencil for a coloring book, in my opinion, or from the way that I feel with how I work, because I already have that problem. I have that problem with Prismacolors. I have to be very distinct. I have to think about what I'm going to use it on, because of that. And there's some things they work really well on, but they're not. Gotta be careful. They're not a versatile. To me, they're not a versatile pencil. So that tells me that Color Soft probably isn't my choice for coloring books. I may try them out though for something else. So, but I'm not ready to buy another set of pencils like that. And I do like having a pencil for what it does. So there's something to be said for that. But then it's like it's a tool. So when I find I need it, then I'll go there. But If I don't need it, I'm not going there. Just like I found out these serve a purpose big time with how they're going over all this space that like could be like it's really waxy and different mediums in some cases on it, and it's just bringing out the color, and that's exactly what I needed with these pages. So I'm glad for that. Glad I got them. I don't want. Oh, I can't even imagine having 150 set of these. Like, why? Like, I think that might drive me nuts. It's too much. But that's only because I have too many pencil cases now of pencils, and I'm like, no, 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 no. I'm trying to go open stock only. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I like the Prismacolors, but there's really there you can't use them everywhere. You know what I mean? To me, they're not versatile unless you're willing to do more than just color with the pencil. Like you have to add like um, I don't know. You got to do other things so that it doesn't act up, and I don't have time for that. It's like color, damn it. And I find that it works really good in some books, so that's the good part. And it really depends on the paper. That's the thing. It really depends on the paper. That's something probably everybody knows, everybody knew, but I did not, and I found out. And when it worked good on a certain paper, I found out. It was like, oh yeah, this is the one. But on some of them, it's like, oh no, I just made a big mess. How do I clean it up? So we're actually, and I kind of messed that up. Speaking of clean it up, and look what I'm using now. See, it's the Prismacolor, and I gotta tell you, I love, and I keep saying this over and over again, probably every video. I love the neutral um, color Prismacolors because I use them as blenders. And the Blicks are good for that too. Blicks are good for that because they're kind of like on the harder end of it, while still also being kind of blendy. And these are on the softer end of it, being blendy, if blendy's a word. And I love that. That powder blue, man, I'm in love with that powder blue. The powder blue Prismacolor. It's like must have one of those always at all times and on hand. That's why I bought a pack of them. I think I bought 2 or 3 of them when I ordered them the other week. That looks just like a pansy. So they are good for something. It's just a matter of whether it's the something you need or not. If I did that laugh like my brother does when he's goofing around. They really do remind me of pansies. I had a cat who always used to eat pansies. And I think that's because that's how she used to survive. Because she was a stray. Or, oh yeah, she was like a neighborhood cat. I guess I don't know, stray, I guess. She was like, wanted to be in the neighborhood cat, but she was always outside. Then A friend of ours took her in and had her for a year, but then they moved away. They were going to move away, and when they were going to move away, they gave her to us. They're like, well, can you take care of the cat? Because, like, we're moving. And they were moving way out the area. So they're like, well, we don't know if anybody's going to watch her or anything. And they just brought her over. And so, oh my God, she was so funny. And we had all male cats besides her. We had like three male cats and her. And she was small, too. Boy, she put the fear of God in the rest of them cats. They wouldn't mess with her at all. She her nickname was Scrappy, and we found out why. She was like, "Don't mess with me." She was the cutest thing. I miss her. I miss all the animals, all of them. But I keep both looking for and hoping not to see that black cat that I saw at my neighbor's house. You can tell the cat is young. And it's like, well, you get a cat that's young, you have them for a long time for the most part. I really do love cats. Well, I love both cats and dogs. And like while I was watching Wheel of Time, every time they show that wolf, I'm like, oh, I see. I want everything. If it's warm and he has eyes or whatever, yeah, I want one. But I want the one that comes to us, so to speak. Like it has to be. I don't know. And I really feel like it. I don't know. Something would have to happen to make it time, but I don't feel like it's time. It's not time yet. We need a break. I know my husband needs a break. I think. I don't know. He better not come home with a dog. I don't know. Each one of them has their own personality. That's what's so amazing and so funny and so fun about it. They all have their own personality. And I had a song for every one of them. And usually a million names. They had at least two other names other than their name. But right now, it's really nice to see. Man, it's nice to see so many birds in our yard. And speaking of aviary, I have never seen so many birds in our yard before in my life. And they're actually like, even like on the ground, and on the ground, like near the back steps, like, getting bugs or whatever to eat. And it's like, wow. And I just didn't realize how much having cats and dogs affected how much wildlife was willing to hang around the house. But it really did. So, and I feel like it's kind of good to to take a break from having a pet for that reason too. And kind of let, the rest of the wildlife chill in the yard. Let them have a place to be. I see squirrels now. Like they would never been around if we'd had our first dog we had. Forget it. Nope. Dinner. She's like, you don't have to feed me tonight, Ma. I got my own. Oh, she's something else. Told her we were on a don't ask, don't tell basis. You catch something? Okay, just don't tell me about it. I don't want to know. Just do it. Don't show me or nothing. I don't want to see. You know what? I should make the center. She was a wild thing, and then she was also the sweetest thing ever. Oh my gosh. She'd protect the cats, but if a cat came around that wasn't one of ours, between our house and our in law's house, she went after it. But she didn't go after ours, so she avoided ours because they'd swat at her. And she was like, like 5 times bigger than them. She was their protector. One of the cats didn't mind her. Like they would you know, snuggle, hang around each other and stuff. The other two cats, the male cats, they were type A. They're type A males. And oh my god, they used to scare the heck out of me when those two would fight. It would happen maybe like once every year and a half or something like that. Oh my god. Terrified me the first time it happened. But mostly they stayed out of each other's way. But it just would be like I guess it would build up after months and months, and then finally be like, okay, I'm really sick of you. And they had the biggest space to like be away from each other, but like it would get to one point and they were just like, okay, this is the time we got to duke it out. And my husband was like, oh, let them fight, let them fight. I'm like, no, they're like I mean, like tufts of hair are coming out, and like the way they were sounding and stuff is like, no, you have to separate them. This is not to mention we don't need a vet bill. Actually, it was more. It was longer than every like a year and a half because I did think that only happened 3 times in the time we had them, but they were 3 scary times for me. And when my husband finally saw, like, yeah, they're really like, yeah, yeah, nope. Then he finally like stopped, stopped it. It's like, yeah, this doesn't look right. Oh, so let's see, how much do I have left? I don't know what to do the center of that flower, and I still haven't done the center of these, and I need to tweak the center of these. I need to like kind of define those more. I need to outline this bird's eye a little bit. I need to outline hers more because they tend to have white around their eyes. I gotta double check. So because then I can keep. Oops, that's the wrong mouse. Yellow finch female. Yellow. Oops, I have it right. Ugh. Yellow finch female. I might have brown around their eyes. Let's see, here's one. Yellow finch female. I don't know if they have that much white. It reminds me, I have the bird app and I haven't even opened it. Oh, they have white under their eye. Then, oh no, that's a non-breeding male. I want the female. Oh, brother, I'll have to look at it later. Why don't they have a picture of the females? I gotta go searching for it. Huh. What I really love are the chickadees. Oh my god, they're so adorable. They are hilarious. We don't have a feeder out this year to, keep the critters away, but when we've had them, oh my gosh, those chickadees are hilarious. And they're so like little and chubby, and they got the little kind of tuxedo faces, with the black and the white. I love them things. Anyway, okay, so I gotta inspect her eye, how it's supposed to be. And probably his too. Darken around there. Center of the flowers. See if I need to do any blingage, and there's something there. I forgot that. I need to color that. Figure out what it is and color that. I think that's a leaf under there. But yeah, we're almost done with this one. Yay! Oh, I gotta do that. Bit of a sludge or whatever. So I think I'm done with that one for now. And I've been on for what, an hour? Yeah, oh, this is the one. This is the one I want to go on to Coolor's um, palette generator. Plug in the colors I already have here, like and lock them, like search and lock. Um, get those colors in there, and how many? And then leave one space open to like search for a color. So then, as I press the space bar, it'll like change colors, and I can stop it if there's one I think I like, and then like take a screenshot and or save it when I get one or some that I like, and then decide what I want to do in here. Um, and because I feel like kind of like I don't have no idea what to do if I were to use pencil, as I already have pencil down on the objects in here, but I don't know where to go from there, and like what to do the butterflies and all that. So it's a possibility that I could probably use the paints on this. So, but I want to get I think I want to use that palette generator to see what that comes up with before I decide how I'm going to approach it. Because I really decided to do something different with this, and like it's obviously different. Um, so I want to see where it'll take me. Yeah, maybe I'll do that tonight. I kind of wanted to do that on video, but I have to do it like showing my screen, so I got to figure out how to do that. And I may do a separate video where I actually use that palette generator and do that, so then people can see like how they can use it. I don't know. I kind of like the thing myself. Um, so I think that's it for tonight. I kind of got to get myself ready to kind of get to bed because I got to get up early tomorrow so I can avoid people tomorrow. I can be dressed and get out of the house. If maybe I may or may not do that. I don't know. So Bubbles, have a good night at work. Happy sketching, and for anyone out in the audience, thanks for watching, and have a good night. Bye bye.